Welcome to 12-Minute Talks, where important information is shared in a short time period. Learn from other business owners, entrepreneurs, and experts about what they do to help you find solutions to everyday topics in 12 minutes or less. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the 12-Minute Talks podcast. I'm excited to have with us today Lindy Nowak. She's the owner of Up in a Day. Her company builds optimized websites for small business owners and entrepreneurs in a day. Lindy, thank you so much for being on today.
Thank you for having me. I'm really excited to be here.
Yeah, so you and I spoke before, and I think what you do is very interesting. I think a lot of business owners out there are frustrated with their websites, or they might not even have one, right? So, what you offer makes it very simple for business owners that were usually busy people, right? So before we get into what you do and how you help others, why don't you tell the audience a little bit more about yourself and how you got into this industry?
Sure. So, by trade, I am a graphic designer. I spent about 15 plus years in New York City as an art director and creative director across a lot of big corporate brands, including L'Oreal. Moved into publishing and I worked at Entertainment Weekly magazine, and then I worked at Women's Health magazine. And about 4 years ago, my boyfriend and I picked up and moved to beautiful Miami, as you can see. And I started my own business. I come from a family of entrepreneurs. And I think when I moved to Miami and being a part of its like entrepreneur kind of lifestyle here in the tech scene, it really like triggered me to, make that bold step to start my own company. Well, fast forward, I had always dreamt of having, a productized service that was very transactional. And at the same time, I was helping a lot of small businesses with digital marketing campaigns, et cetera. But what was happening is we kept on getting small business owners coming to us saying, we needed a website yesterday. We only have this much, and we have a really bad website now, or we don't have a website, or we pivoted our business and we need something quick. Well, I didn't have that. Because at the time I was running my own boutique agency called Lino Creative. And we were doing quite well. But I kept on getting more and more of these customers coming to us as referrals saying, can you build these websites for us? And I just didn't have it in our profit margin to do that within their budget. So, one day I was watching a webinar and my wheels started spinning and I was like, man, like I'm working really hard with these big clients, and there's all these small businesses out there that I really, really, truly want to help. And so I started thinking about what I wanted to offer, what kind of product I wanted to create. And that's how Up in a Day was born. I decided that I really wanted to help small businesses get really great, optimized online presence for their business, for them, a website that their business deserves. And here we are.
Fantastic. And so you've used the word optimized a few times, and I think I even used it in my intro for you. Um, so a lot of times people think, oh, I just need a website and people will find me on Google. But I think there's a difference, right? What do you mean by optimized?
That's such a great question. Right. And that word gets thrown out around a lot. And we use it because all of our websites they're beautifully designed, right? And we build all of our websites in Squarespace. But there's so much more to the back end than just the front end design, making it beautiful. And so when I started Up in a Day, I created these processes to allow us to build a complete website. And optimize means that we write all of the SEO on all of the pages, the page titles. We make sure that they're ADA compliant, so all of the images have alt text. We make sure that they're optimized for mobile, that they're responsive design, they load quickly, like that's huge. The websites need to be super fast. And most importantly, all of our websites are designed with the marketing and sales goals of our customers. So they're templated, but they're built with strategic areas of messaging for both desktop and mobile.
Fantastic. So even if some of the websites in design might look similar, right? Because they're templates, the person is still getting something that Google will find them, and will be tailored to their specific business, correct?
Yes, exactly. So part of the onboarding process is making sure that we have a complete list of all of their SEO keywords that we ask them beforehand, and then we write the SEO uh, on the back end for their website before we publish. So typically, not typically, but the way Google and other search engines index websites, it usually happens within 24 to 48 hours, and it takes time for Google to find you. They need their algorithm will read the back end of the site, or read all of the copy on your website. It will funnel you into the specific industry, what you do, where you are. And so part of that's why the SEO is so important. The other important aspect, especially if it's a local business, in terms of like Google finding you and placing you, is that you have your Google business profile filled out, complete, all of your services, like about your company. So that's really important too, and that's something that we offer gratis as part of our package. So they are templates, but they're all. We start with a blank. So we have industry templates, and so when we get all of the assets from our clients, they're customized for that brand. They're just templated in terms of like the plugins and the flow of the website and how their specific audience takes action on the website.
Yeah, that makes total sense. It's interesting because like in my industry in insurance, we get agencies that will tell us, oh, work with us because we'll give you a website. And then I start asking, okay, but does this have SEO, or does it have something where people will find me? Oh, no, you don't need that. And I'm like, that's kind of important because, like, if I focus in Miami, I want somebody who's searching health insurance in Miami, for example, for me to come up. So I think that's important that it's not just here's a pretty website, but that it's also tailored to where their clients are searching for them, right? Now, do you work with people just in Florida, or is it nationwide?
We are completely nationwide, and a fun announcement: we just opened an office in Zurich, Switzerland, which is amazing. And there I have a partner who runs that office, and we are focusing on hospitality in France and Switzerland. So that's very exciting. And then here, of course, we are completely nationwide. Yeah.
Yeah, that's very interesting. So opening an office in Europe then. Um, so now you're a worldwide company, right? Um, and so it seems like you moved earlier than many moving from New York to Florida, right? Do you think like that gave you an upper hand when you started your business?
I think so. That's a good question. We moved here, I guess, what would that be now? About 2 years prior to COVID, and the influx of New Yorkers moving down to Miami. So, one, our rent was cheaper than it is now. And two, I got back then, before a lot of New Yorkers moved down, Miami as a tech scene was still like up and coming. And so I was able to join a lot of networking groups, a lot of entrepreneur groups, and that kind of got my foot in the door with the Miami tech scene prior to it really blowing up. So now I have this wonderful network of people that I partner with, that I refer to, socialize with. So it's been really great for that.
Awesome. And Lindy, so do you work with any particular industry, or any business owner out there can reach out to you?
Sure. Well, we're a year and a half young, so we do welcome any business coming to us that would, fall under an up in a day project scope. But we typically work with the following industries: CPAs, mortgage brokers, bookkeepers, chiropractors and therapists, and restaurants and salons. So we have the professional services package, which is one set price. And then we have industry packages as well. So restaurants, salons, etc. So
Perfect. And so is this something that they can just go on your website and buy a package without talking to you first?
yes, so all of our packages and pricing are listed right on our website, and you can go there and you can actually put 10% down and then book your day at that time, or you can call us and you can have a conversation with me. We can talk about your business, and then we can book your day at that time. So, but yes, if you're ready to go, you can certainly get right on our website, click, put down my down payment, and you are funneled right into our calendar, which is really cool because, depending on where we're at calendar wise and build out wise, sometimes it's anywhere from 3 days up into like 3 weeks, so it just depends. So if you're in a rush and you're ready to go now, then you can put down your deposit and we basically just bump you up on the calendar, which is really cool.
Awesome. And Lindy, where can somebody reach out if they would like more information?
Sure, they can go to our website at www.upinaday.co. That's co. And you can also check out our Instagram, which is really fun. It's at Up in a Day.
Fantastic. And like always, I will have all of the links down below so those watching the video or listening can easily reach out to our guest today. And I just wanted to quickly introduce myself for those of you that don't know who I am. My name's Lorena Tomasini, and I'm the owner of Mom Life and Health Insurance Agency, where together with my mom, we help families and businesses with their financial protection needs. Lindy, it's been great having you today on the 12-Minute Talks podcast. And I do have one random question for you. Um, what would you say is the last good book you read? Maybe not necessarily related to your industry.
Actually, it is related to my industry, but the E-Myth by Michael Gerber. It is so good. It's basically talking about and teaching you how to run your business from the top, to work on the business as opposed to always working in the business. So it's a really interesting book. It's been around for ages. So the E-Myth, Michael Gerber.
That's definitely a great book. I read that book last year and it got me thinking as well as more delegation and things like that. But it definitely goes hand in hand with what you're doing, I would say. You know, perfect. Something interesting because a lot of people out there say, oh, I can just build my own website on Squarespace, right? Why would I hire that out to somebody like you?
Oh, that's a good question. Time, money, and effort. Because in the time, it's going to take forever to figure out how to learn the platform. Maybe you're not tech privy. Um, uh, Money, what are you losing when you're spending all the time trying to figure out how to design your own website? And of course, effort. The effort it takes when you should be running your business as opposed to trying to get your website up. And then most importantly, I'd say that, leave it to the professionals. In the day of everybody it's searching online, buying online, comparing you with your competitors online, you want to be the best. You want to be on top of your competitors. Especially with your web presence. I mean, your messaging, the way your website looks, your action, your CTAs, your call to actions, where they're placed. And also like your language on your website should be answering all of the fears and the problems of your audience so that they immediately get the trust of you, your brand, and what you have to offer, whether it's a product or service. Having a great, website is for sure where it's at. And that's why I started Up in a Day, so that so that we are literally a small business solution for people who have tried to design their own website and have just gotten frustrated, or they have had their cousin or their friend's daughter design their website, or what happens is a lot of times is a lot of our customers will come to us with a website that's either half finished or off with a designer developer outside of the country, and it's just not what they wanted, it's not what they paid
Yeah.
for, and so they come to us to basically fix it, and we literally will just scrap the entire website and build them a fresh new one, and one that their business truly deserves. It's why we're here. We pride ourselves on obviously quality, but also customer service, so our process makes it enjoyable, if you will, to get your website done with us. And it's done in a day.
Right. I think that happens in many industries, because like I get that often. People went online and they researched and they did everything wrong, and I'm like, it'll take me 10 minutes. Like,
Totally.
because of that, because you have the experience, you have the knowledge, and okay, this is what we need to do and how to fix it. Oh,
Yeah.
Lindy, it's been great having you today on the 12-Minute Talks podcast. Is there anything else you would like to add?
That is it. If you check out our website, you can see everything we have to offer. Feel free to book a call right on the homepage, and most likely you're going to be talking to me.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Thank you so much for having me. It was super fun.
Thank you for listening to this podcast, and hope you will listen to the next one. I'm Lorena Tomasini, and you can contact me via email, life@malmins.com. Make it a great day.